Welcome back to the SA Sports Show. I am here at the Kilburn Community Centre talking to the Little Adelaide Rollers with Trix, Dizzy and Rosie. Thanks so much for having me, guys. It's great to be here. So tell us a bit about the sport. What's the game involve?
Well, there's 2 teams and there's 5 people on the track from each team at once. There's 2 point scorers on each team, and really the point scorers just have to get through the pack while everyone else is blocking them, and they score points for every person they pass, and it's just like contact and fun.
So it doesn't sound like it's for the faint-hearted. Have you had any injuries?
I've hurt a few things. I've had concussion twice. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. And how do you overcome that? Do you have a physio that you have to see, or?
I think there's a few of us that see a physio, but most of it is just like ice, resting. You just have to take the precautions. Like, you're gonna miss a few weeks of training, but it's better in the long run.
Yeah. And how did you first get involved in roller derby?
Well, it started off with me and Hannah. We were watching Adelaide roller derby, and we were really interested in it, and so my mum and her mum were like, well, let's start a league, and so it just kind of happened like that.
And what's your favourite thing about the sport?
It's for anyone that no matter what shape or size you are, you're going to have an advantage somehow, and you make heaps of friends, and everyone's different, but you all get along in some way.
And congratulations on being selected for the Orlando tournament. That's coming up in March. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the preparation process for that. So what's your training going to be like in the next few months?
So we've just finished for the season, but we were playing against a few adults in Adelaide, just so we can get our skill level up. For the travel team, we're starting up our season a bit earlier in January, and it's just a lot of off-work skating, like off-skates training to benefit on skates.
So what does a general training session look like?
There's lots of fitness, and we do scrimmages, which are just kind of pretend practice games. So we practice what we've learnt in other trainings, where we learn how to stop and hit and just do anything that you need to play in a game. We just practice it over and over, and practice makes perfect.
Fantastic. And you went to Seattle earlier in the year for Worlds. How was that?
It was really fun. I think we all made a lot of friends. Unfortunately, I dislocated my shoulder in the last game, but it was a great experience, and I'm just really glad that I got to go.
Fantastic. And are there any other big tournaments coming up next year, interstate or overseas?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just the big Orlando one at the moment for now, but I'm sure there's more to come.
Fantastic. Well, fantastic. Good luck with the upcoming tournament in Orlando. We look forward to following that very closely. And thanks again for having us. Stay tuned and we'll be back for more soon. Hi, I'm here with Sam, who is the head trainer and coach for Little Adelaide Rollers. How are you going?
I'm good. Good. Thank you.
So thanks for having us. So tell me how you first got involved in roller derby.
Well, Trix is my daughter, and she had never really been involved, wanted to play a sport, and we went and seen Adelaide Roller Derby and said, I'd really like to play, Mum. So from that, myself and Dizzy's mum got together and made contact with the Junior Roller Derby Association in the States and got everything up together to go public with La, and 7 years on, and we've done some amazing things and given the kids an awesome opportunity to do a lot of new things and play a sport that they want to get involved in.
And you're travelling with them to Orlando in March?
Yes, I travel a lot. We do a lot of travelling. We do a lot of fundraising to make that possible for our families and for our kids and give them new adventures. And it's about, for them, they're at a level now where we look for competition, and we did Perth this year, and we've just played Blue Mountains from Sydney, and next year, as we're heading to Orlando for our first international tournament, which we're really excited about. The fundraising and the training for that has been phenomenal. We've got amazing parents, and we're just really lucky to be able to give these opportunities to these young athletes.
Fantastic. And the girls, I bet, are so looking forward to the opportunity. What's the training been like in the lead up? How often?
We train 3 times a week. intense. It has to be. It's a full contact sport. There's rules, so the rules knowledge needs to be there as well for them to play safely. And the level of competition after going to Worlds last year, it's at a high level in the States. That's where the sport originated from. So it's very different. So we need to make sure that they're prepared and ready for what's coming their way.
And was it a big learning curve for you, having had nothing to do with roller derby before to become head coach?
Very much so. I go to as many things as I possibly can around Australia to learn more about the sport. It's never been a thing for me I've never wanted to play, but to give the kids the best, I need to be learning from the best. So it's very important to make sure that I'm up to speed with what's going on as well.
Fantastic. And are there some other things coming up that the club is looking forward to interstate?
Well, we've just finished our season. We just had a game with the Rockabellas Juniors, who are based at Murray Bridge, and as I said, Blue Mountains. That's the end for us. We've got our camp roller this weekend, where we just kind of celebrate the year that was, and moving forward next year, as I said, Orlando. We're looking into travelling to Canberra. So far with Derby, the Adelaide Rollers have been lucky to travel everywhere, which has been awesome, and to meet a lot of kids that are interested in the same sport that we are.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much.